From the tide pools of Yaquina Head to the forests of western Oregon to the canyons and prairie of the high desert, the Bureau of Land Management manages over 16 million acres of public land in Oregon and Washington. Public land makes up 25% of Oregon and less than 1% of Washington. We also administer subsurface mineral responsibilities totaling nearly 40 million acres for both states. Nationally, BLM administers 262 million surface acres and 300 million subsurface acres. Our vision is to enhance the quality of life for all citizens through the balanced stewardship of America's public lands and resources. Natural resource values on these public lands include such things as vegetation, minerals, soil, water and air, wildlife habitat, and wild horses. Uses that BLM manages include harvesting timber, grazing livestock, extracting minerals, permitting various kinds of rights-of-way, and a host of recreational activities from rafting on the high desert Deschutes River to gold panning on Cow Creek in western Oregon. Stewardship of public lands also includes resource values such as wilderness, wild and scenic rivers, cultural heritage, scenic values, and habitat for endangered wildlife. The Bureau of Land Management was formed in 1946 by combining the General Land Office and the Taylor Grazing Service. BLM was given no clear mandate, but continued to operate under 3,500 laws from the previous 150 years. Today, the Bureau still operates under numerous laws, regulations, and executive orders, but it's the passage of the Federal Land Policy and Management Act of 1976 that gave the agency a clear mandate. Unique to BLM in Oregon are the 2.3 million acres of forest lands referred to as the O and C lands. These Oregon and California railroad lands were returned to federal ownership in 1917 after the railroad defaulted on their right-of-way grant. 20 years later, Congress passed the O and C Act of 1937, directing that these lands be managed for forest production under the principles of sustained yield. BLM has managed these lands since Congress established the agency in 1946. Western Oregon contains some of the most productive forests in the world. Not only do they provide forest products, but also critical habitat for endangered species. These lands also contain watersheds that provide anadromous fish habitat, wild and scenic rivers, water-based recreation, and municipal water. In contrast to the lush greens of western forests are the browns of eastern Oregon's high desert. As populations grow in western states, these lands are under increased pressure to provide for traditional uses and accommodate the needs of a growing and changing West. Within these public lands are several specially designated places. The National Historic Oregon Trail Interpretive Center near Baker City has life-size figures that show what pioneer life was like along the Oregon Trail. Volunteer performances bring frontier history to life for visitors. Yaquina Head Outstanding Natural Area is an exceptional site for nesting shorebirds. It has both natural and man-made tide pools. The Interpretive Center is open all year and gives visitors information about the history of the headland, the area's wildlife, and how light is concentrated and projected to ships at sea. Two recently designated special BLM areas are the Cascade-Siskiyou National Monument in the Medford District and Steens Mountain in the Burns District. In June of 2000, the Cascade-Siskiyou National Monument was established. Scientists recognize the importance of this area for its biological diversity. Pilot Rock, the remnant of an ancient volcano, represents one of 3 mountain ranges that converge in this remarkable area. In October of 2000, Congress passed the Steens Mountain Cooperative Management and Protection Act. The act designated nearly 500,000 acres as a special area in eastern Oregon. Glacially sculpted gorges are one of the highlights of this high desert mountain. Other designations like backcountry byways, wildflower and wildlife viewing areas, and environmental education sites provide opportunities to learn about the wonders of natural resources on public lands. BLM depends on employees from a diversity of disciplines with a wide range of skills and knowledge. Foresters, for example, work with a team of specialists to manage the public land forests to meet the needs of the public, while protecting and enhancing the environment. Specified areas are prepared for sale by cruisers. Seed cones are collected from different tree species to produce tree seedlings for reforestation. Once harvested, these areas are replanted and become reestablished in about 5 years. Livestock grazing on public lands is done through a system of permits and leases. Rangeland management is based on resource management plans that consider all resource values and establish priorities. Range management not only takes a vast knowledge of grasses, forbs, and the complexities of different high desert habitats, but also takes communication skills to work with user groups and the public. In eastern Oregon, wild horse and burro specialists provide overall management guidance, coordinate gatherings, and help people adopt these symbols of the American West. The goal is to maintain wild horse populations in balance with carrying capacity of the land, while meeting habitat needs for wildlife and livestock. Biologists manage habitats for a variety of wildlife, birds, and fish. Sage grouse need short sagebrush for leks or breeding grounds and tall sagebrush for rearing young. Monitoring fish populations and water quality helps fish biologists improve stream habitat. Archaeologists work within the Cultural Resource Program to identify and protect a broad spectrum of cultural sites, including archaeological sites, rock art, and historic buildings. Activities include physical protection of the sites, heritage education, and public interpretation. Archaeologists work with many partners such as museums, universities, and local historical societies. Geologists and mineral specialists manage mineral rights retained on public lands. They work to moderate the effects of mining and other mineral activities that might affect other resource values such as wildlife, vegetation, and recreational opportunities. BLM depends on fire specialists to help prevent and control wild land fires. They integrate fire into land and resource management plans as a way to reduce fuel buildup and help maintain healthy ecosystems. Outdoor recreation activities are drawing more and more people to seek recreational opportunities on public lands. Between 1994 and 1999, special recreation permits doubled. On the Deschutes River, for example, rangers meet thousands of rafters each year. Other recreational uses include camping, hiking, biking, sightseeing, birdwatching, hunting, and fishing. BLM's law enforcement program is responsible for ensuring compliance with federal laws relating to the management and use of public land resources. Uniformed rangers perform patrol activities and provide law enforcement services. Special agents conduct investigations covering natural resource violations. Professional land surveyors conduct cadastral surveys to define boundaries between public lands and adjoining private and local government lands. The Bureau of Land Management is the only agency authorized to determine the boundaries of public lands of the United States. Behind the scenes of getting work done on the ground is a wide spectrum of support service personnel, budget analysts, purchase agents, information management specialists, and public contact specialists. each contributing to BLM's overall mission. All the land, all the resources, all the uses, all the values, all the laws and regulations are threads in a complex tapestry of public land management. It's our mission to sustain the health, diversity, and productivity of public lands for use and enjoyment of present and future generations.